Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to the film channel, and you know who I am, and you know who this guy is, and you know who this other guy is. Well, basically...
Name you know.
What was that? What was that?
I have a name.
Oh. Well then. So, as for what we're going to be doing here, I got my tablet from Amazon.com, which is very nice. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to be announcing a few things. And as for what it is, we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 things I'm going to be announced. As for what those 25 things, well, it's for a little show. It's not just a show, but it's a show that's been promoted for quite a while, and let's just say this is the first time we're going to be doing something like this. Everybody knows about the Network Awards, that is in general, but everyone's not aware about the Network Film Awards.
Yep.
Whoop-de-doo! Audience is clapping, right? Exactly what I thought. But anyways, folks, as for what we're going to be discussing is this is the announcement for the official network announcements of 2017, even though it's the new year. But what I mean by 2017 is this the Network Awards. We're going to be going over the 2017 movies that came out last year and what we gathered up between myself and the Fat Boy. Going over films, there's about like at least 6 to 7, maybe 5 nominations for each category except for 2, because there's a lot more than just 2 for a few of the other categories.
This is how it works. Now, the minimum we can have is 5, but the maximum we will go up to is 6, except for 2 awards, which have 10 nominations each.
Yeah, 10 nominations each, so plenty of choices. That's going to be for those 2 categories. We're not going to start off with the major ones. We're going to go from the ones on the bottom page up until the top. You know, save the best.
You're bottom.
Save the best for last. So, folks, as for what we're going to be going over, we're going to be going over all the 25 categories, along with the nominations for the 2017 Network, the 2018 Network Awards. You get the drift of what we're doing.
Move on.
So, also, here's the thing, though, for this. This is going to be a live taped program, not on Google+, but this is going to be a taped program that we're going to film a day prior, before the actual uploading date for when the show is going, when the program is going to be uploaded. So the thing is going to be taped prior, then uploaded the very next day. That is going to be aired and showcased. You all get the point of what's going to happen. So, anyways, as for what's going to happen, in the comments below, if you're in the network group right now, exclusively on Facebook, if you're in the network group, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this video twice. Once so I can share this to let you all know the announcement. The second time is putting the link in the description of the actual document in the chat, in the description box below, so you all can vote. That's going to be around. That's going to be up around like February 17th is when this video will probably be uploaded. So
the 17th of February, and the overall video in itself, the tape video, will be presented March 3rd, the day before the DOF Awards.
Day before the awards. So we're gonna get this filmed. That's when it's going to be actually uploaded. The Network Awards itself. March 3rd is going to be the official date when the video will be up. We're going to film it, obviously, a day prior, get it done, blah, 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 and all that other bullshit. So anyways, folks, enough talk, so get to voting. You're going to have a few weeks in advance to get it voting. Once you voted, please comment down below, let me know that you have voted, and that's it. It's going to be one person voting, and that's it. You all get the rest. So, let's go.
One person voting, you mean you can vote one time for the awards.
That's exactly what I said. One person. That's exactly what I said. One person can vote one time for the awards. So, let's go over.
Do you want to alternate?
Yeah,
between, since there's 25.
Yeah, let's alternate. I'll go first. But anyways, as for the first category we're going to have, Best Original Film. Best Original Film is going to be film surrounding around that has an original screenplay and its own original story that made it so superb. Here are the nominations for Best Original Film. Baby Driver, Get Out, Brigsby Bear, Wind River, Coco, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Very good.
Now, also, I kind of want to add a little prediction as well of what I think is going to win. My little prediction...
Some people may say words the shape of water.
Something like that. But as for my prediction, I'm going to predict that 3 Billboards is going to win this category.
I hope it does.
Alright, go ahead with the next category.
Next category, this might be a controversial one, but then again, these are the ones that we had high hopes for, and they did not live up to the hype by any means necessary. As a matter of fact, a good amount of these are kind of shit. The biggest disappointment of the year, and the nominees are Alien Covenant, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I second that. Kingsman, The Golden Circle, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Murder on the Orient Express, guessing motherfucker, and The Snowman.
Personally, as for what I think is going to win this one, well, I want Kingsman, The Golden Circle to win, but for reality factor, I predict that The Snowman's going to take the lead for that.
I have a feeling Alien Covenant is going to win. But if you ask me what should win, Kingsman, The Golden Circle, without question.
Because that was my biggest disappointment of that year.
Same here.
Oh, yeah, it was a big disappointment.
Yeah, since how awesome the first movie was.
How much of a fan I was of the first one was insane.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this one was just stupid.
This one, though...
Oh, it was just stupid. It really was. I was like, what the fuck happened?
As for the next category that we got lined up for you all, we're going to be going over the worst animated film of the year. Since we don't really have a best, due to the fact that there were only 2 animated films that were actually good within 2017. That was the Lego Batman movie.
They weren't good. They were awesome.
But unfortunately, we have a lot of films that were pretty bad when it came to animation. And 2017 was a shitty year for animation. So, as for worst animation, here are the nominees. You got The Boss Baby, The Emoji Movie, Despicable Me 3, The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature, Cars 3, and Smurfs The Lost Village. Now, as for what I think is going to win it, I think The Emoji Movie is going to win it.
Oh, Emoji Movie is easily going to win. However, if it was up to me, I would choose The Boss Baby.
That was pretty bad.
That one pissed me off more than anything.
Emoji Movie took it for me as worst animated film. Alright, let's get to the next category that surprisingly was rare and had some decent films that were quite funny.
Yeah, best comedy. And normally when it comes to Gary and I, maybe Shane to a certain extent, I'm a comedy fucking snub, but these films were hysterical in their own rights. And the nominees are, we have Get Out, the Lego Batman Movie, Girls Trip, Tiffany Haddish, you're awesome, Thor Ragnarok, and The Disaster Artist. Which one do I believe is going to win? I believe The Disaster Artist is going to win. My pick would go to Thor Ragnarok. But hey, all of these have all the rights to win. So, Mr. Garrison?
Yeah. As for my pick, I want The Disaster Artist to win, and I think that's going to be the overall win because that movie was hysterically funny, and it was unintentional too because of how it progressed and gave you that imaginary factor of the real life situation that happened with Tommy Wiseau. So
yeah.
There you go. It's the movie itself. It's all self-explanatory, so really don't need to say much. All right, best villain. Basically, the best villain is the asshole of the film who was such an asshole. He was that fucking brilliant of an asshole. But yeah, best villain. Basically, it's self-explanatory. You know, the bad guy who was really, really evil and portrayed his role really well. So. As for who we got for best villain, we have Hela for Thor Ragnarok, Adrian Toomes / Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, the Joker in the Lego Batman Movie, Richard Strickland in The Shape of Water, Kylo Ren in Star Wars Episode number 8, The Last Jedi, and the Colonel from War for the Planet of the Apes. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty tough category for me to choose.
It actually is.
But if I have to make a little prediction of who I think's gonna win, I'm gonna take a wild shot in the dark and put it towards the Colonel and War for the Planet of the Apes.
In terms of best villain, shit. My favorite out of all of these has to be Richard Strickland from The Shape of Water.
Oh, he was pretty bad. In a good way, in a good way.
I think King of the Hill. Okay.
That's great.
But you got Michael Keaton as Vulture, who's arguably one of the best villains in the Spider-Man in the MCU universe. So this is a toss-up. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, so pretty much this is one of those categories where, in fact, a lot of them I'll be all right winning, but
yeah,
this is one of those categories I'm all right with.
That's how this whole show works. Similar to the 2016 going over the 2015 films, how that award show originally went. This is exactly how it's going to go. Not like last year.
Because let me just tell you all a little thing, and I'm just gonna repeat myself a little bit. See, when I take those off,
shit gets real.
I'm a nice guy. I mean, I'm harmless. I mean, I was with these two assholes in person. I literally was. I'm one of the most harmless people you'll ever meet. These two can attest. But when those come off, I don't become so harmless anymore. I get very, very upset. And I mean very upset. And let's just say there were certain movies that, well, how can I put it in a nice way? I'm not an Oscar bait guy. He's not an Oscar bait guy. None of us are Oscar bait people. We don't put Oscar bait movies on here. We don't put coming of age films on here. We don't put films that are metaphor. We don't put none of that shit on here. We put films on here that should be on here. Films that should be in the legit awards, that should win and should be nominated. We give those films those recognitions on how it should be.
Exactly. And once again, I'm going to say this one more time. Thank you to Faith Johnson, because she is the one who originally came up with the concept and thought and inspired this whole entire thing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly is the reason why, is what Gary just said.
So anyways, let's get to Best Hero.
Best Hero, with every villain comes a hero, and a hero is someone who not only has to try to do the right thing, but make the certain sacrifices for the better good. These are the best heroes of the year, and the nominees are, we have Logan / Wolverine from Logan. We have John Wick himself from John Wick Chapter 2. We have, as what Luke Nukem calls him, our Lord and Savior, Caesar, for War for the Planet of the Apes. We have Diana Prince as Wonder Woman in Wonder Woman. We have Batman in the Lego Batman movie, and we have the God of Thunder himself, Thor from Thor Ragnarok.
This one's actually
As for who I think is going to win overall, it's going to be between either Logan or Caesar.
For me, this is a toss-up. I think it's going to be a toss-up between Caesar and Wonder Woman. That's my little thought.
Who I picked to win overall? Oh God, that's tough. I don't know who to choose. I honestly don't know, but I think it's going to be between Logan and Caesar in terms of the voting.
I think it's going to be Caesar and Wonder Woman.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's get to the best action scene. It's self-explanatory. Scenes that contain action that is unbelievable and so well made, well directed, well scripted, blah 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 bullshit. So you all get the point. Action films that just blew you away out of nowhere. Just like how when you get a blowjob after you bust a nut and it just blows you away.
She keeps sucking. Yep.
Yeah, it's just
Right,
incredible.
Shay?
Shane's the funniest motherfucker on the planet Earth. I don't give a shit who you say you are.
So anyways, here are the action scenes for the nominations for the best action scene of the year. No Man's Land from Wonder Woman. The Stairway Fight from Atomic Blonde.
Awesome.
Forced Battle from Logan. You have Alpha Omega and Northern Army Battle from War for the Planet of the Apes. You have Tequila from Baby Driver, and you have The Hitman Killing Spree from John Wick 2. As for what I want to win, I personally want The Hitman Killing Spree from John Wick 2 to win. But as for what I personally think is going to win it, it's a toss-up between Alpha and Omega and Tequila for those two.
As for me, who I want to win, No Man's Land from Wonder Woman. It is one of the most inspiring action sequences I think I've ever seen. In terms of who I think is going to win, the Thor's battle in Logan.
We'll just have to wait and see because, like I said, all these are good categories and nominees, so it doesn't matter who wins. Well, for the next category, I don't care which one wins except for one, so there you go.
Yeah, I know. We got the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise is a film that you're not really anticipating or you don't have too much high hopes for, or you think the movie looked like it was going to fucking suck, and yet it turned out to be either good to surprisingly awesome. And here we have the biggest surprises, and the nominees are Coco, Happy Death Day, Girls Trip, very funny movie by the way, Wonder Woman. This one surprised me. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I thought it was going to be absolute shit, and I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it was so much fun. And Get Out. Who I think is going to win? Wonder Woman. Who do I want to win? Or who would I choose? Coco.
I am going to second that statement when it comes to Coco. As for what I think is going to win, I'm choosing Coco. I want Coco to win this.
Do you think it's going to win, though?
I think so.
Interesting. Interesting. We shall see in a few weeks.
We'll just wait and see. Alright, best sequel. Now, this one, best sequel, there hasn't been many sequels that really came out within 2017, but 2018, I went over some of the films in 2018, a solo show. It's no surprise that 2018 is another one of those years where it's going to be year of the sequel, because we got a shitload of sequels that's coming out within 2018, and boy, I'm interested to see all those sequels. As for what they are, well, you're just going to have to, if you're in the network, I've gone over the sequels in 2018, and I've gone over some of the sequels in my little video where I went over my top 5 most and least anticipated films for 2018, so self-explanatory there. As for best sequel, here are the nominees. We got John Wick Chapter 2, War for the Planet of the Apes, Logan, Thor Ragnarok, and Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. As for what I want to win, I want John Wick 2 to win it, but what I think is going to win, hands down, I think it's going to be given to War for the Planet of the Apes.
In terms of the best sequel, who I believe, what would my pick? I would give it to Logan, who I think is going to win, between Logan and War for the Planet of the Apes.
Interesting shit. Very interesting.
Yep.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh, hey Shane, what's the sound an exclamation mark makes?
Exactly.
God damn it. Most underrated, underappreciated film. It is a film that kind of flew underneath the radar and deserves either more deserving praise, credit, or attention. And here are the 5 that made it onto the list. And the nominees are Catherine Bigelow's Detroit. I think it was Gary's most underrated as well.
Oh, it was.
A Cure for Wellness. The Greatest Showman. Very good musical. Tom Cruise's American Made. And the true story of the infamous tennis battle, Battle of the Sexes. Who do I want to win? A Cure for Wellness. Who do I think is going to win? Detroit.
Interesting shit. Now, as for my pick, it's a bit of a toss-up for what I want to win. It's a mixture between A Cure for Wellness and American Made.
That would be my second round.
Because I did have American Made in my top 10 list for best films of 2017.
Almost made mine. I love
it. Was
American
my,
Made.
I think it was my, I think it was my number 10 or number 9 or 8. I can't remember what it was, but it was somewhere around there. But as for what I think is going to win it, I think it's going to be given to Detroit as well. But I would love Cure for Wellness or American Made to win it. Alright. Best horror film. Now, best horror film based, not a lot of. I mean, it was just a mixture. I mean, you had some solid horror films and you had some shit ones as well. But I haven't seen any
comes
shit
at
ones.
night.
It comes at night. I haven't seen this one, but from what I've heard,
nothing comes at night. And shit, that's another one. Awful.
Shit.
It.
Yeah, I did see it. By the way,
You fucking hated it too, didn't you?
It could have been better. I thought it was, quite shitty, but it could have been better.
What did you give it?
Huh?
What did you give it? 1 out of 5. Oh, fuck that movie. But how'd you work there, Bear?
I'm glad it's not on this list, because it wasn't a good movie. Dude.
Oh, hell. God, it was on my worst of the year list. I'm sorry, I don't get the praise.
It wasn't on my worst list, because I saw this way late. So anyways, best horror films that, were surprisingly good, but I'm going to tell you right now, dude, for best horror film of the decade, nothing's comparing to The Conjuring. Fuck you. Anyways, next up. That's number 2. Alright, next up, best horror film, we have the nominations of Jordan Peele's Get Out, A Cure for Wellness, Annabelle Creation, Gerald's Game, and Life. Now, as for what I want to win, I would love for A Cure for Wellness to win, but hands down, I think it's going to be given to Get Out.
Who do I think and who should win? Get Out. Easily.
Yeah, it's going to be hands down a winner. Alright, this is an interesting category, Best Ensemble Cast. Now, we did have a couple nominees at first that we had originally, but thanks to a couple talks we did, we changed it up and made this category. We just tightened it up a little bit, so quite satisfied with these nominees.
The Best Ensemble Cast. Was it your turn or my turn? Your turn? My turn? Okay. Best Ensemble Cast is pretty much presented a movie with the best overall cast and how they were, I don't want to say presented again, utilized on screen. And the nominees are, we have Logan, Baby Driver, War for the Planet of the Apes, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, The Shape of Water, and Wonder Woman. Who would I pick to win? 3 Billboards. Who do I think, that would be my overall pick easily. Who would I think is going to win, and rightfully so if it does, Baby Driver.
Oh, for me, for my pick to win, and what I want the rightful winner to be, I'm giving it the 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Do you think it's going to win?
I do. Because, dude,
well, like I said, that's my overall pick.
Like I said, for Logan, see, out of all of them, Logan would surprise me the most if that wins for Best Ensemble Cast. But, yeah, overall, I'm not going to complain if any of these win. I would just love for 3 Billboards to get it. But for all the other ones, I'm satisfied. Alright, Best Cinema... Why do I always end up with this one?
You want me to do this one for you, Gary?
No, I always end up with this no matter what.
Best cinematography.
Next up is Best Cinematography, films that were, well shot, well directed, blah, blah, blah. You know who the fuck
No, not well directed. It's well shot.
I know. I was being
great camera angles, how that movie looks.
I know what cinematography is. I'm not that stupid. I'm just being an asshole. So, yeah, films that, where camera work was into play, that gave great shots of the whole film in general, where it comes to, the scenery, the landscaping, or green screen or practical, you get the point. Just camera work that makes the film look beautiful. So, best cinematography I'm going to need some help presenting names. You got Bojan Bezelli for Cure for Wellness. You have Hoyt van Hoytama.
That's close enough. Hoyt van Hoytma. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Alright, for Dunkirk, you have Michael Sorensen for War for the Planet of the Apes. You have Matthew Jensen for Wonder Woman. You have Steve Yedlin for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And you have Dan Lawson for The Shape of Water. So there you go. As for what I want to win, I want to give this to I want to give the cinematography to A Cure for Wellness, because that won me over for literally the most amazing cinematography ever. But as for what I think is going to win, it's going to be a toss-up between Wonder Woman and Dunkirk.
For what what should and what's going to win, and rightfully so, Hoyt van Hoytma, Dunkirk.
Good pick. Good shit. All right. Well, this category, I'm not surprised because I'm presenting the next one after this, so it's all right.
Let me see here. Oh, absolutely. Best musical score is an individual or individuals who composes such great original music that not only fits the film per se, but just gives you goosebumps on the back of your neck.
Oh.
And here are the nominations. We have the legendary Hans Zimmer for Dunkirk. We have, oh fuck, Gary, you don't like this. We have Rupert Gregson Williams for Wonder Woman. He did Hacksaw Ridge the year before, by the way. And his brother, he does the Metal Gear Solid games.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, but there's I forgot what his brother's name was. Is it Harrison Gregson Williams?
The
well, Rupert. God damn it, Rupert. Yeah, he does, and his brother also did some films for the late Tony Scott. So yeah, those two brothers are great. You got Michael Giacchino, who's in it twice. He's a legend. For Michael Giacchino for War for the Planet of the Apes, and Michael Giacchino for Coco. He also won for Up. Yeah, he won Academy Award for Up. We got arguably the greatest composer of all time, John Williams for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and Alexandre Desplat in The Shape of Water. Who I believe is going to win and who I believe should win, Hans Zimmer, Dunkirk. To me, it's his best work. It's his best work today.
I am going for that as well. The one who I want to win and rightfully should win is Hans Zimmer for Dunkirk.
Yep.
All right, next up, best soundtrack. Well, it's self-explanatory coming from a guy like me. Pretty much the movie that has amazing soundtrack with songs either originally written for the film or songs that were written by other artists, composed for the film that made the film amazing. Sing Street should have won last year for Best Original Song.
Oh, you ain't fucking kidding.
That was a fucking snub for me. Huge snub. Personally as well, because that's one of my best films of the whole fucking decade. And it's one of the rare 6 out of 5s I gave.
Oh, Harry Gregson Williams. Yep,
Fuck.
him and Rupert, they're brothers. That was his name.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead,
and I'm still not going to let the Sing Street...
I'm not either. I'm sorry.
That
Driving Like a
should've
Story is one of the best fucking original songs in a movie.
Yeah.
That should have won.
It was just
Fuck that
it was
shit,
just
dude.
as bad of a snub as, Huey Lewis and News' Power of Love getting snubbed for Back to the Future.
I put it on par. Absolutely.
It was pretty bad. Alright, now best soundtrack. We have music for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Atomic Blonde, Baby Driver, Beauty and the Beast, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, The Greatest Showman, and that's it. Now, as for what I want to win, being the subjective cocksucker I am, I want Atomic Blonde to win it. As for what I think is going to win it, overall, Baby Driver is going to get it.
In terms of what should and what's going to win, and rightfully so, because this is one of the greatest soundtracks in movie history, Baby Driver. I know why you want Atomic Blonde to win, Kid Bear.
Yeah, that's why I said being a subjective cocksucker. See that, folks? Even though I judge films objectively, hey, I admit I get a little subjective and I'm self-aware about it, so there you go. I'm being a subjective cocksucker about it. Alright, go ahead with best...
Being wrong.
Huh?
It's also called being wrong.
There's no crying Network Film Award nomination. Care Bear. Salty French fries.
Best visual effects.
He's trying not to laugh there. We have best visual effects. Best visual effects is computer generated effects displayed onto the silver screen, and it looks magnificent, as if it was practical or if it was it fake. Who knows? But that's what makes the beauty of it. Here are the nominations. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We have Wonder Woman. Next is War for the Planet of the Apes. Next one is Ghost in the Shell. Mind you, even though the film was not good at all by any means necessary, it was a visual spectacle to behold. Next one is Beauty and the Beast, and the final one is Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. If it was up to me, what should and what will win, rightfully deserving, War for the Planet of the Apes.
As for what I want to win, I want Wonder Woman to win this, but as for what I think is going to get it, it's a toss-up between Wonder Woman and War for the Planet of the Apes. So,
oh, wow. Let's say my second row would probably be Star Wars.
For me, it's one of those two for me. Alright, best editing. We got a couple assholes here who either did it singly or as a duo that did such amazing editing to make the film not only look good, but was absolutely clever within blending music and the sound. Edgar Wright, excuse me. Yeah, Edgar Wright.
Even though he's not the editor.
But still, you get what I mean when I say Edgar Wright. For director-wise, we'll get to that category later. But still, editing that makes the film not only good, but clever within either visual or practical effects that was in the film that made the film just superb. So here are your nominees for Best Editing. You have Jonathan Amos and Paul McAllis for Baby Driver. You have Lee Smith for Dunkirk. You have William Hoyt and Stan Salfus for War for the Planet of the Apes. You have Stacy Schroeder for The Disaster War.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. The boofa and the sofa.
We are not.
Hey, Gary, what's her name? What's her name again?
Stacy Schroeder.
Nice.
Go ahead, you hurry.
Stacy Schroeder.
That took me by surprise. I was not expecting. I'm sorry.
Her name is Schroeder!
I'm taking pictures of that one.
Yeah, take some pictures, you fuckbag.
Okay, who's the next one?
John Gregory for 3 Billboards and Michael McCluster for...
Oh, it's a 2-for-1 special. Michael McCluster. Can you imagine if they had an L? It could be McCluster.
Fuck
with
you.
McCluster.
Oh, look what was, look what's premiering on my tablet. It's Wonder Woman. That's amazing.
She's a badass, goddammit.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we have that guy. Now I lost my place. And we got Dirk Westervelt for Logan. So yeah, as for best editing, what I think is going to win and what I want to win, as much as I love Baby Driver, but dude, Dunkirk gets it for me. For everything that was in that film, hands down.
Okay, for me it's a tie. Jonathan and Paul for Baby Driver and Lee Smith for Dunkirk. If those two end up winning,
as a tie,
it's all cool beans to me. That would be my overall, like, because they were my overall picks. So, but if, like I said, any one of these people win, hey, no problem whatsoever. But those would be my overall picks. So, shall I present the next one, Mr. Garrison?
Go to best screenplay now. For best screenplay, it's also, mind you, before you go ahead, either it's going to be an original or an adapted. So it's a mixture. Go ahead.
Okay, you know the funny thing is, we had, okay, we can have the maximum of 6. And we had so many. This is probably the one
category that took us the longest time to
that we were just switching and changing things like crazy.
It didn't matter what screenplay it was. It was mostly, you had a lot adapted, you had a lot of originals, but no joke, almost.
I think most of these are original.
Actually,
yeah, they are.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 of them are original screenplays. The one is adapted.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, one of them's adapted, and the other ones are original. So it's like I said, this is the one we spent the most time on. So, and we finally came to I won't say an agreement, but like, yes, we're gonna stick with these. And here are the nominations for best screenplay. Hey, Gary, Stacy Schroeder.
No.
And the nominees are Scott. Okay, let me try this again. Scott Neustadter, and Michael H. Weber, the disaster artist. He also wrote The Fault in Our Stars. Awesome writers. Edgar Wright for Baby Driver. Adrian Molina and Matthew Aldrich for Coco. Jordan Peele for Get Out. Taylor Sheridan for Wind River. Taylor Sheridan, you fucking man.
And mind you, just like with Edgar Wright, Taylor Sheridan, dude, he's freaking great when it comes to writing.
Yeah, shit. What was that movie called, Gary? The one he did before this?
What the fuck was it?
With Chris Pine?
Hell or High Water?
Hell or High Water!
That was an amazing movie.
That is brilliant. And Mark Madonna, the Irish Tarantino, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. What should and what's going to win, rightfully deserved, Mark Madonna, goddammit. He is the fucking best screenwriter working today.
As for what I want to win, I can't really choose what I want and what should win because all of these are great. I can't really make a pick, so I'm just gonna be satisfied no matter which one wins between Disaster Artist, Baby Driver, Coco, Get Out, Wind River, and 3 Billboards. I'm gonna be satisfied no matter whatever wins this. I really will be satisfied, so I can't really complain. I can't. Next up, Best Supporting Actress. Now, before we get to the men, ladies first. Lucas, you should learn. Best Supporting Actress, basically, is upcoming.
You know what? Nice Guys finished last. Why? Because we let the ladies finish first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, anyways, as for Best Supporting Actress, it's either actresses who either upcoming in the film industry or actresses who are well known but played a very big supporting role for that film to help make that film grow and make it strong.
And I love that from Shane.
And here are your Best Supporting Actresses. You have Daphne Keane for Logan, Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. You have Tiffany Haddish for The Girls Trip.
She was hilarious.
Amia Miller for War for the Planet of the Apes. You have Allison Janney for I, Tonya. And
who plays the mother.
The late, great Carrie Fisher, who may she rest in peace, for Star Wars Episode number 8, The Last Jedi. Who I think is going to win it, I'm going to give it to Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water, for who I want to win, and rightfully gets it.
Who I think will and should win, Daphne King, Logan.
Mm-hmm. Alright, best supporting. Let's get the ladies out of the way first. The best actress, then we'll do supporting actor now.
Alright, overall, best actress. This is the best leading actress of the year. And no lady bitch in these fucking awards, goddammit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Gary and I and many others that we know hate this fucking
By the
movie.
way, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. If Lady Bird did win the Oscars, let me just tell you, dude.
I'm gonna lose my goddamn fucking mind.
Oh, dude, it's not gonna be pretty.
No, it's not.
Gonna be pretty.
Okay, here are our picks for the best actress of the year, and the nominees are Gal Gadot for Wonder Woman, Carla Gugino for Mike the motherfucking man Flanagan's Gerald's Game. I cannot wait to see what he's going to do for the sequel to The Shining.
Oh my god.
Elizabeth Olsen, Wind River. Sally Hawkins. I don't know why I put that woman's name in there. I'm sorry.
Sally Fields.
No. Her name. No, Sally Hawkins. That was my typo. Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water. Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Margot Robbie for playing as Tonya Harding and I, Tonya. Who will and should win
Frances
is
McDormand.
also my number 1 pick, Frances fucking McDormand for 3 Billboards.
I can't disagree with that whatsoever because that's who I want to win as well for Best Actress. It's rightfully deserving of Frances McDormand. Alright, now let's get to the men, shall we? Now there were men, I have facial hair. Now there were men, my asshole, I don't know. Alright, so anyways,
be quiet.
Best supporting actor, just like with actors who made the film grow strong, and you get the rest. For best supporting actor, you have Patrick Stewart for Logan, Will Poulter for Detroit, Michael Shannon for The Shape of Water,
Hell yeah.
Mark Hamill for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, Woody Harrelson for War for the Planet of the Apes, and Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, who I want to win and rightfully deserves winning this, it is none other than Wild Bill himself, Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Okay, like I said, this is probably the most. You couldn't ask for a better supporting actor category. Now, as for my picks, my top 2 picks were Patrick Stewart for Logan and Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards. I believe one of those 2 are going to win.
I really want Sam Rockwell to get this for me. All right.
He will, because I think, by the way, when Sam Rockwell works with fucking Mark Madonna, he's goddamn gold. Dude. Look at him in 7 Psychopaths. He was my pick for best supporting actor of that year too. For 7 Psychopaths.
I still have to see 7 Psychopaths. But yeah, dude. See, Sam Rockwell, honestly though, I would love to see. I don't think has he done it yet? Because I can't remember. Has he done a leading role before?
Yes, the movie called Moon.
Okay.
Very good movie. That was done by the guy who also did that sci-fi movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. I forgot about it. And then he ended up doing Warcraft. I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, he's done some live roles.
Oh, before. Dude, fucking Sam Rockwell played my favorite supporting role of all time, Wild Bill.
Oh, for the Green Mile.
Yeah, that's my favorite performance he's done so far. This is this one right here is on par with 3 Billboards for me. But the Green Mile took it for me.
Now, Best Actor. Here are the 5 leading performances by a male in a motion picture.
Oh, by the way, no Gary Oldman, just to get that out of the way.
So, you know what? I'm going to tell you about Gary Oldman. Sure, he was transcendent in his performance, but it didn't do nothing for me. I saw the movie, and, dude, it was this year's Logan. It was fucking boring.
This year's.
I loved it when I saw it the first time. It was called Dunkirk. Thank you very much.
This year's Logan.
This year, oh my god! Write that one out too, you son of a bitch. This year's Lincoln.
I was gonna say, you had me a little concerned there. Had me a little worried there. By the way, if you want to know another thing, I'm opposite ends with him. How he feels about Lincoln, just to get that.
Yeah, he loves it. I thought it was boring as fuck.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I thought it was a pretty solid film.
I thought you loved it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Like I said,
Best Actor and the leading nominations are Jeremy Renner for Wind River, Hugh Jackman for Logan, Ansel Elgort for Baby Driver, Andy Serkis for War for the Planet of the Apes, and probably one of the biggest fucking snubs
for the Oscars
in a while. James Franco for The Disasters, who I think, if it was up to me, my pick would be for Hugh Jackman, who I believe will win, is James Franco.
James Franco is not only my pick for who I want to win, it is the rightful deserve. Now, Oscars this year, they fucked him over. They fucked him over, dude. The only good thing...
And he won the Golden Globe, too.
That was mind-boggling. Which is amazing how he was able to win the Golden Globe, which is good and all, but, dude, the Oscars like the... WrestleMania for movies, you can say, or whatever.
You know why? Because I said this before. The fucking DOS, the dumb old fucks, who are with their followers, the PDCAs, the pretentious douchebag cinephile assholes, they don't care for comedies, sci-fi, horror, superhero, and action.
Yeah, they only care about films mostly centering around life stuff.
They've done it before with Mad Max and Gravity, but that's rare. And this is another example.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, by the way, your coming-of-age films, right here. So.
Yeah, they fucking blow, lady bitch. Alright.
No, don't get me
wrong.
Now
we have the director. Go ahead, Care Bear.
Don't get me wrong, folks. I hate the coming-of-age genre, but has there been films that is in the coming-of-age story that I do like? Yes, there is. I'll give you 2 examples. 1, The Breakfast Club. 2 is a major example what should be coming-of-age films in general. Stand By Me. There you go.
You missed... Oh, okay.
There is one more, but I can't remember the other one. American Graffiti. There you go. There is coming of age films that I do like. Why? Because there's at least a center plot centering around the mixture of coming of age, that not only where the plot is added of making the story better, but giving you actual examples within the plot, putting two mixtures in general.
You actually have likable characters you want to follow, rather than hipster fucking douchebags who you want to hope to see a train run over. Okay?
Yeah. These three movies I named for a prime example are not only instant classics within films in general, but they're instant actual coming of age films that shows prime example what a coming of age, at least for me and him, should be like. And those are some examples.
Yeah, Stand By Me, that actually has something that most coming-of-age films don't have. It's called a fucking plot.
Well, American Graffiti and Breakfast Club had a plot, too, but this one...
No, I'm talking about today's modern-age coming-of-age stories.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
Boyhood didn't have a fucking plot.
No, it didn't have a plot. We'll save this whole coming-of-age stuff for another time. Let's get to this going.
Please do, yeah.
All right, next up...
Best Director.
Best Director. Now, this here... I'm really satisfied with all these nominations. These, to me, should be the nominations for,
Same.
But anyways, here you got Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk. You got Matt Reeves for War for the Planet of the Apes. You got James Mangold for Logan. You got Patty Jenkins for Wonder Woman. You got Guillermo del Toro for... Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. And Edgar Wright for Baby Driver. Now, as much as I love... As much as I love Edgar Wright for Baby Driver, because I think he was superb, but dude, I have to give it in Nolan we trust.
Who should and who will win, this is Nolan's fucking award, because he literally changed the way we look at war films.
Yeah, dude, he literally... changed it up. He gave a whole new definition of war films. I've said this once and I'll say it again. It has been since Saving Private Ryan, since I've seen a film that gave a genre a whole new meaning and aspect. Since Saving Private Ryan, this film took the Brutus the Barber beefcake for me.
The other one that can probably come close is Catherine Bigelow's The Hurt Locker.
Oh, that was another one that was a pretty...
which was almost 10 years ago. So think about that, folks.
Yeah. So yeah, folks, Christopher Nolan, this is his award. Now let's get to the two main attractions.
Hold on a second here. Okay. Yes. The genre that I specialize in. The shit flicks, the lava dumps, the diarrhea milkshakes, the fucking poopy butts. Yes. The fertilizer you would spread all over your garden, except you don't get healthy plants. You get fucking just weeds that will try to eat you like if they were fucking Audrey too.
Also, it's that type of diarrhea where it's never-ending butt wiping. Never-ending butt wiping.
The protein shits.
Yeah, those are the worst ones where it's just liquidy and it's just splooging out your asshole. It's just all liquid and gets all over the toilet. Yeah, that stuff. It's never-ending.
Yes. So here are the nominations. We have 10 of them, and these are the ones that Gary and I we were just like deadlocked.
No joke. The first movie we said when we were getting this together, I'll get to that movie once they're announced. Go ahead.
Okay. We have Fist Fight, or known as Fisted Anus, Rough Night, or as I call it, Rough Nightmare, Snatch or Dirty Snatch, Mother, or known as Motherfucker.
This is that movie that we put first on this list.
That was the first movie.
This was the first movie.
So once again, fuck you, Film Twitter, and fuck you, PDCAs. Moving on. The House. The Will Ferrell comedy. Baywatch, or Dick Joke the movie. Diarrhea of a wimpy bitch ass, the long hellacious rectum. Next is Table 19. Oh my god. 50 Shits Dumber, or 50 Shades Darker. And thank you, Superfan K, or Dr. Hannibal, for this nickname, because this clever. Resident Evil: The Final Fuck You.
Uh-huh.
I'm super thank you, because that was genius. Okay, who do I... Okay,
I
now...
think I'm going to agree with this one, in a way.
What?
With the shit flicks, what I want to win, I think I'm going to agree with this.
Mother. Easily Mother. One of the most deplorable, mean-spirited, pretentious, metaphorical pieces of fucking garbage, hateful movies I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you want to know what they did in the Old West? I'll give you a little example. See, just like with the director, I mean, let me tell you a little moral story that happened in the Old West. And this is true. You can see it in movies, you can read your history books, and this is what happened in the Old West. If you were sick of life and sick of how the world is being, crafted, what's going on, instead of making a movie about your frustrations with the world like this guy did, in the Old West, you want to know what they did to solve the problem? They invented the noose for a reason.
Oh, I thought you were going to say whiskey.
Well, that too. They invented whiskey, but they also invented the noose for a reason. And I hate to be so dark here, but
noose,
I hate to say it.
You can put on a caboose.
Uh-huh. And trust me, folks, if you're offended by that, then I'm sorry.
Then fuck you. Because Darren Aronofsky wanted people to hate this movie. He wanted to make this film so he can get out his anger, frustration. He wrote in less than 5 days, which a film has little to no dialogue because it's all pretentious garbage, and he's an atheist. Let's retell the Bible in the most mean-spirited fucking way. It is every bad fucking movie made into one. I didn't think nothing was going to top Fist and Anus, and then we both saw this, and it pissed us off. Dude, aside from Dirty Anus and Jack and Jill, this is the worst fucking movie of the decade.
You know, it's sad that him and I had the same top 3. Rough Night, Fist Fight, then Mother.
Well, no, we had the same top 5, but 4 and 5 were in reverse.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
So let's just move on from this diarrhea and go on to Cloud 9 in heaven with
Before
the
we
best
do
picture.
that, I didn't say what I think is going to rightfully win it.
I thought you did.
As much as I want Mother to win it, I think it's going to be either given to Fist Fight or Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
I have a feeling it's going to go to... No. I have a feeling... Okay, for worst film of the year, I believe the winner is going to be 50... No. Let me think.
50 Shades.
I think it's going to go either 50 Shades Dahmer or... Okay, 50 Shades Dahmer, Resident Evil: The Final Fuck You, or Fisted Anus. That's what I believe it's going to go to.
Somewhere like that. Alright, last up is the Best Picture. Basically, these are all films that were just superb films, 5 out of 5s, blah, 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 A pluses, no A minuses. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get Stuckmanized here. But anyways,
And this is the one this is the second one that we changed the most. With the shit flicks, that was the first one we did. That was the easiest one to do.
This one here, it was kind of a hard one to put a lot of pieces together for Best Picture, but you know what? We got our 10 nominees, and here is for Best Picture. We have Dunkirk. Actually, no. You have 3 Billboards: Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Coco, The Shape of Water, Logan, Wonder Woman, Wind River, The Disaster Artist, War for the Planet of the Apes, Baby Driver, and my pick for what I want to win and rightful deserving to win is, well, it's either that or 3 Billboards, but I want Dunkirk to get it.
In terms, okay, which film do I believe is going to win? It's going to be between either Dunkirk, 3 Billboards, or Logan.
So, there you go. It's a win-win situation for whatever. But yeah, folks, that is all the nominees for the 2017 Network
And by
Awards.
the way, Gary, let me just type this into you.
2018, I meant.
Hold on a second here. Should I talk about this?
Just to get it out of the way for anyone who has questions in the... If they
I already know they will.
Just
And
get it out there.
You're going to ask us why Blade Runner 2049 isn't on here at all. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because I think the movie is an overrated, boring, lousy piece of fucking garbage. It was my. It's the word. Not only the most overrated movie I've seen of the decade. I couldn't stand this fucking movie with the lights of me. I hated it. I literally hated it, and I will never understand the praise it got. Yeah, sure, it may look good, and it may shot well with the musical score, but I've seen a hell of a lot fucking better more. And as for Gary,
I'm not seeing it.
do you wish to see it, though?
I didn't wish to see any. I didn't even wish I wanted to see this movie. All I heard is that there was a second Blade Runner movie, and that was it.
And you hated the first one, am I correct?
I wouldn't say I hated it, but let's just say, I have problems sleeping at night, so if I need to sleep or put someone in the background to help me sleep, Blade Runner's a movie, so...
Oh, this one will put you in a coma. This movie is 2 hours and 40 plus minutes long.
Honestly, though, I had no interest in seeing Blade Runner, so even though a lot of people liked the movie, but here's the fact...
Oh, no, a lot of people loved it, and...
The real reason... Now, here's the thing from my perspective, why Blade Runner's not here. The reason is there's much more movies that deserve to get much more credit and recognition.
Yeah, I believe the same thing. And the only other person who agrees with me in terms of Blade Runner 2049 being overrated as fuck is my buddy from Australia, Danny Z. That's it.
So yeah, folks, that's going to have to do it.
In the vast minority. I know that. Okay, folks? I know it. However, I thought the movie was fucking garbage.
And plus...
I don't know what else to tell you.
There's much more...
And we think all these films deserve it more.
Yeah, much more deserving for any other category. But yeah, folks, that's all the 25 nominees. So, folks, please vote. The video will be up for a while, and stay tuned for the Network Awards. That's going to be coming March 3rd of 2000 and whatever the fuck this year is. I don't give a shit. So anyways, folks, whatever the fuck this year is. So yeah, folks, stay tuned for the Network Awards coming March 3rd. Pre-taped, but it'll be posted right here on the network. So folks, stay tuned. Ciao for now.
And once again, motherfuck Mother, and motherfuck Blade Runner, and motherfuck Fisted Anus for wasting my goddamn time. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna look up some hot, voluptuous porn starring Vanessa Blue.